Hey everyone, my name is Octopus Joey, and welcome back to my Drake and Josh review series. Today we're looking at an episode that has a fairly generic premise, but manages to still be completely unique. Season 1, Episode 3, Believe Me, Brother. According to the Drake and Josh wiki, this episode has not aired on TV. I'm pretty sure that's not true at all. I'm almost positive that I saw the episode air on TV when I was a kid. I didn't have the DVD, streaming services didn't exist yet. It might have been on Nick.com, but I don't think it was there because I remember watching it with my family on TV. I am pretty sure it has aired. Maybe it didn't have a formal TV premiere, but I'm pretty sure it aired on TV. Let me know in the comments below if you remember seeing it on TV. The story of the episode is that Drake has a girlfriend named Susan who secretly hits on Josh. Now you might be thinking, oh great, another sitcom episode about teenage relationships. I'll bet this is fun to watch. But it's actually handled very well. For one thing, this is the first episode where Drake has any kind of romantic interest, and that would be a huge part of his character later in the series, as he's got like a different girlfriend almost every episode. But I think what really makes this episode work is Josh. Susan flirting with Josh in the first place is really unexpected because Josh is the dorky character, but Josh's reactions are honestly really hilarious. There's also a side story where Drake and Josh are filming a music video for Drake's band for a school project, and Megan is also filming Drake and Josh in embarrassing situations such as Josh in the bathtub, Drake using a candlestick to pretend he's performing on stage when no one's around, and of course her pranks on Drake and Josh. Anyway, Josh is very uncomfortable with Susan's flirting, so he talks to his parents about it, and they basically just say that it's because Susan is friendly and because Josh is charming. But when Susan keeps persisting, Josh decides to talk to Drake about it, but Drake just laughs in his face. And finally, when Josh and Susan are alone, he talks to her directly about it, and she just says, yeah, it's intentional, and then she kisses him. Now, unfortunately, it is pretty common for TV shows to portray men being sexually harassed for comedic effect as a joke. And at first, I thought this was going to be one of those instances, but I don't think that's the case. Susan is clearly the antagonist in this story, and the kiss is supposed to be shocking to the audience. Also, Josh's reactions are more nervous than they are genuinely uncomfortable, and that is really funny. So throughout the episode, we see Josh trying to convince Drake that it was Susan that kissed him, not the other way around, but Drake won't believe him. Eventually, they do show the music video in class, but it turns out Megan, as a prank, edited in all the embarrassing moments that she was filming. Drake almost turns off the VCR, but before he does, he finds out that Megan actually recorded Susan kissing Josh and included it in the video. I think this is the only time in the series that one of Megan's pranks backfires. I really like how this episode makes us feel Josh's frustration throughout the whole thing, which makes the payoff so much better. There's a lot of funny moments in the episode too. Like I mentioned already, Josh is really funny when he's acting nervous around Susan. Josh is also funny when he's being recorded in the bathtub. And of course, there's the Animal Channel gag.
Wanna watch the Animal Channel?
Where's the remote?
Fun fact, Susan was actually played by Ashley Eckstein, who would later voice Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So naturally, she's a very talented actress, and she plays off of Josh just about as well as Drake does. It would have been pretty cool to see her return in a future episode, but unfortunately this is her only episode. This is also the first episode where we see Drake's band, but they don't have any spoken lines yet, they're just here for the music video shoot. Miranda Cosgrove's performance was pretty good in this episode too. I like the way she just kind of manipulates things behind the scenes and sneaks around all the time. She even performed 2 pranks in this episode. Like I mentioned earlier, there was the whole part where she edited their video project, and then she also rigged a cabinet to spray them with purple paint, which Drake and Josh used later to get back at Susan. Megan is honestly more likable in this episode than she is in some future episodes, especially since her prank backfires. Audrey and Walter play a very small role in this episode. They give Josh some bad advice and then they watch the Animal Channel. Drake isn't that present in this episode either, as he's usually either gone or ignoring Josh. The Miss Nancy advice column was also mentioned again, which is pretty interesting considering the pilot rarely aired on TV. And this is the first time religion is referenced in this series. There are a couple of references to Christianity throughout the series and several references to Judaism. But in this episode, it's just Josh praying real quick.
Oh, dear Lord, thank you so much for my very first kiss. Amen.
If Dune Buggy is the first good episode of this show, then this is definitely the first great episode of the show. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5, although probably on the lower end of 5 out of 5. It sounds so bland and overdone on paper, but the way it's executed makes it really stand out. It may not be quite as good as some of the episodes later in the series, but those are really hard to compete with. As far as season 1 goes, it definitely deserves this rating. It might be the best episode of season 1. We'll have to see though. There are 3 episodes left in season 1. There could be one that's even better. There could even be a bad one in there. Who knows? I guess the only way to find out is to keep watching. Once again, I'd like to thank the Drake and Josh Wiki for providing some of the information that I used in this video. And if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment, and consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. My name is Octopus Joey. Bye.